Yeah, so guys, another disturbing news. To my surprise, I'm surprised by this kind of means and ways people use to get to other people's country, you understand? And this, I haven't seen this method before. This is my first time. And it's about 500 immigrants. 500, they are Somalians, you understand? Yeah. And they're traveling from Somalia to South Africa. And they got to Zambia and something happened there. And this is what happened. It's estimated that it's about 500 of them. It's estimated that it's about 500 of them traveling from, as I said, Somalia to South Africa. And on their way, when they got to Zambia, they had to make a stop. And it's all because there's this tanker driver. And the tanker driver, what he does is, I don't know if that's what he does, but he packed over 500 Somalis in the tanker. You know this tanker that they mostly put fuel in it and they go to this filling stations and they distribute it to them. You understand? I think this is an empty tanker at that time. So he packed about 500 of them. See that tanker, see how long it is. About 500 people in this tanker just know how the heat and how it will choke. There will be heat than even hellfire in this tanker. So 500, estimated at 500 of them, they were in this tanker to South Africa. And I don't know what's the assurance that when you get to South Africa, you'll be a rich man or you'll be successful in life. I don't understand the obsession with people in other people's country. And at the first place, we can't blame them. If your country was a good place, you won't live there to another place. You see the problem? Yes, so 500 of them. And this driver, it's alleged that this is the kind of thing he has been doing. It is like a part-time job for him. He packs more people like this. Just imagine if one has been caught for this. Imagine meaning it has been going on in various countries. That's why you even know where people are coming from. All of a sudden, you see foreigners in your country. A lot of them, you know how they came to. And the immigration, the borders, the immigration officers are busy protecting the borders and doing everything. But imagine a tanker passes by. How are you going to check inside the tanker that human beings inside? What else to do is a petrol car. You see that thing, so you will never check. You only check maybe his papers, his document, and things, and let him go. You see that thing. So 500 of them, they were in this tanker, and because of the heat, one person even passed. One person passed on, one person died. Unfortunately, they understand. The heat in it, the person couldn't contain the heat because there's no air circulating through this tank. There's no air coming from anywhere. So the heat, if you don't take care, you won't survive. You understand? So they were in this tanker, 500 of them. They were going to, because of the heat, and one person died, one person couldn't hold on. A lot of them were suffering and things. So this driver decided to make a stop. You understand? So when he made a stop, unfortunately, you see, one person passed on, and then the whole place was like everybody was now scared and things. And the police, or I don't know, the immigration, the immigration in the Zambia, they made an arrest. Either the immigration or the police, they made an arrest. They realized this was going on, and they made an arrest. They stopped the car. When they stopped the tanker, the driver was faster than Usain Bolt. He bolted his leg out of the place. He ran as fast as he could, and they don't even know where he is right now. And you see, they brought them out. All of them came out. Just imagine, look at them.
All these, so it was very hot, and others have died just there inside the tanker. All these are Somalians from Somalia. They came all the way from Somalia in the It's happening right now at the scene. This is what is happening at Kapiri Turn-Off. This is what is happening at Kapiri Turn-Off right now. We are here. All these are illegal immigrants from Somalia. They are illegal immigrants from Somalia. They've blocked the way. I'm told some have just died inside there.
See, they want air. Some came out and some couldn't even talk. Some were exhausted, some were unconscious. Just to get to another man's land. And what's the probability that when you get to another man's land, you're going to make it in life? And when even from Somalia to South Africa, when you are driving, if you drive, it's about 6,243 kilometers. You understand? From which is from Somalia to South Africa. You understand? Yes. And you see, when you guys are getting to South Africa like this, the South Africans they get angry and they feel like you are using their public sectors with them, which they have to use it for free, and you're also demanding for it, and it becomes like something like xenophobic act. And you see, so at this point, we can support the South Africans that it's not all their actions that is xenophobic, because how can you do this? Imagine 500 of them, all of them go to South Africa, 500 at once in your country, add this to your population. Some people are already suffering. Why? And even if you are driving, even if it's not kilometers, if it's a drive, it's about 92 hours. 92 hours, 25 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I'm sure. 92 hours, 25 minutes, exactly. Yes. 96 hours, not 92, 96 hours, which is about 6,000 kilometers. Imagine you are in the tanker, the heat, you are putting your life on jeopardy, your family's life. You are disturbing your family. Right now, the water has passed on. This is like some stress to the family, you understand? Why can't you stay in your country? Oh, and sometimes I understand myself, I'm even fed up. If your country hasn't developed enough, well enough, and even the minimum wage in your country is not even good. You understand? So when this person, there are people who do calculations about like on this. He does the calculation. If I go to this person's country, 1 hour I'm giving $15 for this or this. You understand? And I'm in my country and they are paying me a month this amount, which is not enough. So the person will do whatever he or she can do to go to another man's land and work there and get the money. You understand? Which is why, ask yourself, if Somalia was well developed enough, will 500 Somalians just make up their mind that this is what I'm going to this is what we are going to do, and just leave their country to South Africa? And already South Africans are already restricting foreigners from using their public sectors, because before these people will get to South Africa, some of them are unconscious already. So as unconscious as you are, you get to the public sector and Operation Dudula is there. They will bounce you like a bouncy baby boy. They will bounce you from that place and you go and say something where it says xenophobic act. Whilst your country is there, you left there, they're already bouncing the people. They don't be like the foreigners are coming too much there and the South Africans are fed up. That fine. And they're not even saying just get out of the country. What they should do that the dealer is doing that. When you come, you use the private sectors, you understand? Because you should pay for it. Use the private sector, it's made for you. So the public is for the citizens, you understand, who stay in the country. For them it's natural, like that's your right, you need to use it. So when a foreigner comes and is in the line, imagine like a citizen of a country. Now he or she go to the hospital and there's a long line and there are like about 40 immigrants or foreigners in the line. And he, the one who is a citizen, has to stand in the line for you guys to finish before he gets to his turn. When he gets to his turn and the situation becomes worse, whose fault is it? So they'll take you away from there and let the citizen get a treatment first. You understand? There's not xenophobic acts. Let's advise ourselves. Say, I won't blame anybody. Africa, most of African countries now stars and leaders are trying to build their country very well, and it's a good thing, you understand? Like how we always see Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, they are doing it, yes. Some too are not doing anything yet, and their citizens are trying for themselves, trying to do something for themselves, which is why it leads to this kind of things. And you see, when your country is not well developed, that's when this kind of ideas, you get this kind of blank ideas. You understand? Bland ideas also, and it will lead you don't know, it's 50-50 if you survive or not. You don't know. So please and please and please, let's advise ourselves. Sometimes it's our own fault that we bring these things upon ourselves. Yes, I don't even know what to say again. It's sad. And like no one wants to suffer in this life. Everybody wants to make it. So they are trying. Some people are doing this for their family at home, so that they'll be able to feed family and friends and mothers and brothers and everything at home. And it leads to this. This is a disappointment. And somebody will on the television and this your father has been arrested, is in the tanker. Can you imagine? emotional damage. So guys, please, even upon all this I said, and you don't want to subscribe, then I don't know for you, please like and subscribe and share your views also in the comment section. Thank you.